Hello, this is Hammer Eternal for Yagmoth Soap Opera. I'm going to give a quick deck tech of a black, red, white rogue deck, which I'm planning to run in the Steel Cage event run by MMOG. More information on the Classic Quarter. So let's get into the deck and have a quick look how it ticks and what we're expecting to do with it. We've got a pretty heavy creature base here. Most of these creatures have a 2/1 body, apart from the Relic Warder, which is a 2/2. And the idea is to get incremental card advantage from the creatures, hooking them up with Skull Clamp to draw even more cards with a disruptive package in the middle. So we're running the Lenin Relic Warder, which is an absolute house against Shop and Oath at the moment, being able to exile one of their key target spells from the game. We've got the Stoneforge Mystic, which has been an absolute house in every format that it's been viable in, and the Stoneforge Mystic is able to pull out any of these equipment cards, the Jitte, the Battle Skull, or the Skull Clamps, giving you card advantage and also a viable win condition in the terms of the Battle Skull. We've got 4 Dark Confidant, which really are the engine of the deck, giving you card advantage turn after turn. Bit greedy on life, and that's why we're unable to run Thoughtseize main deck. But the Dark Confidant as well, with a 2/1 body, can easily die to a Skull Clamp and get you cards once you're getting low on life. And then we've got the Bloodghasts, which really combo well with the Skull Clamp, being able to Skull Clamp a Bloodghast, draw 2 cards, play a land, maybe a fetch land, and then crack that and replay the Skull Clamp and just really draw a lot of cards to outpower your opponent. And it's really good in the control matchups as well, because very difficult to keep it off the table, given that it keeps coming back from the graveyard. And when the opponent gets low on life, the haste ability is very relevant as well. Got a couple of tutors here to enable us to kind of sculpt our plays against certain decks, and then we've got quite a heavy disruptive package. So as mentioned, we're running 8 disruption spells. We're running Inquisitor of Kostelix and Cowbell Therapy. Not able to run Thoughtseize due to the increment of life, which is the Dark Confidants, and the life from the City of Brass as well. So I really like the Inquisitor in the format, especially going blind, and the fact that it doesn't cost you 2 life as well as an added bonus. And then we really expect to see quite a lot of fish decks in the environment, and also some Blightsteel Colossus. So we're running 3 main deck Salted Plowshares and 3 Lightning Bolts. I'm really big fan of Lightning Bolt in the format at the moment, being able to take out Lodestone Golem, Precursor Golem, all of the Hate Bears, Dark Confidant, and being able to hit Jace the Mind Sculptor make these 4 Lightning Bolts main deck really powerful play. Next up, we've got a couple of cards which you often see in the sideboard, but from testing I've decided to run them the main, and they're often sideboarded out when they're not relevant. So we've got 2 Pyroblasts to help the blue matchups, and then a couple of Disenchants which have dual function against the Oath of Druids decks and the Workshop decks in the environment. This is the equipment package which we've already mentioned, that can be found by the Stoneforge Mystic. And again, the Skull Clamp there is really the abusive card in the deck to enable you to draw out and just play more spells than your opponent. And then we have the mana in the deck. We've got Lotus Petals to try and land a Duda on turn 1, and either that or go with some disruption with some backup, or be able to kill one of their turn 1 plays. The deck is very greedy on its mana, needing double white, double black, and access to red for these splash cards. So I've decided to run some of the Rainbow Lands in the City of Brass and the Gemstone Mines. We also want to be able to switch on the Bloodghast, so we've got 4 Marsh Flats to do that. And then we've got a rainbow of dual lands, a Badlands, 2 Scrublands, a Bayou, and a Plateau. The Bayou is so that you have access to green, making the flashback on the Ancient Grudge possible. Next up, we'll have a quick look at the sideboard. Really wanted to be heavily prepared for the Dredge matchup. Dredge has been gaining popularity of late, thanks to a good positioning in Vintage Champs, and being able to have a good game 2 and game 3 against Dredge is really important. So we've got 4 Yixlid Jailer, again having a 2/1 body makes it relevant with Skull Clamp, and the Leyline of the Voids in the sideboard there is for that matchup. Next up, we have a nod to the prevalence of Workshop with 3 Ancient Grudge and a Disenchant, and we then have 2 red elemental blasts to complement the main deck pyroblasts, and the 4 swords to plowshare. So that's how the deck fits together. I'm going to be running it in the Steel Cage event over the coming days, and hopefully we'll at least get past the first round and have some video footage to show you. That's all. Thanks, guys.